Hey guys, how are we doing? It's Martin Cliff again. Welcome to what I think is the final video of 2022, or at least certainly the final Thursday video. And it's, I guess, time for a change in a sense. What do I mean by this? Well, I have been sort of working towards refocusing this channel away from gear per se, to more music. And if you watch my Monday videos, then you'll know that I'm about to embark on a no-buy year, which therefore means that there isn't going to be any gear coming in at all. So how is that going to impact the channel? Well, the channel is kind of due for a rebrand anyway, so rather than it just being Martin Cliff, it's going to be Martin Cliff, music, minimalism, and mental health. I don't know exactly what will happen in terms of whether it will stay at 2 videos a week, but that's kind of what I'm going to set out to do in January at least, and we'll see how things go. But yeah, that's kind of going to be the focus. So the videos are going to be a mix of things and not kind of mutually exclusive things. So I use minimalism as a tool to aid my mental health. I use music as a therapy for my mental health. My mental health inspires my music. I am using minimalism as a tool to focus down on the essentials of my gear and what I do so that I can then be more creative, which helps my mental health. It all ties in together. So that's why kind of I'm rebranding the channel in that kind of way. So yeah, I mean, it's like there is no more gear content on this channel. Well, that's not strictly true. There will be technique stuff, as in like how do you use the gear you have to do something. I will probably look at some point, you know, my pedal boards or my pedal collection or something. I'm downsizing that gradually. I have ideas of how to reduce my number of pedal boards by 2, in the sense that I have a couple of mono light boards, the 4 boards, and a couple of the mono 6 boards, and then 3, I think, of the larger. I think it's called the small, ironically. But I also have a pedal train Mini in the UK and a pedal trained Nano Plus. I hate these names, that I use at church. So what I'm going to be looking to do is move on from the 2 pedal train boards. So I'm using exclusively mono boards. So reduce those down. So the 2 bigger boards will go down just to the mini, the light, I can't remember, the smallest mono board anyway. So I can keep one in a tick at each place, one at church and then one at home in the UK. So there will be a reduction in the pedals, which means that when I get home at Easter, I'll be able to sell a few more pedals on top of the ones that I was already planning to sell. I have more than I need. I am thinking about giving away one of my pedals when it comes to to reaching 1,000 subscribers, which will hopefully not be too long off. It's been a long time building up my numbers. But I guess the other question really is, well, what if this isn't going to be a gear channel? What do I want from you? What do I want from me? What do I want this to become? And really I'd like this to be a community, a small community probably, but of like-minded individuals. So maybe you don't tick all 3 boxes, but maybe you are someone who is interested in minimalism and how it might relate to mental health. Maybe you're a musician and you're thinking of how can I make more music from less gear? Maybe you're someone who, like me, suffers from mental health imbalances and you're thinking, okay, how can I use music as a therapy to that and be creative and all that? So the aim is to kind of fuse those 3 ideas. I mean, in recent months, it's been kind of more that the Monday stuff is the minimalism content and the Thursday stuff is the music content. Well, I'm going to try and bring things together a little bit more. I'm also going to aim for some shorter videos because I'm aware that the last few weeks there have been a lot of like 15-minute plus videos, and I'm going to try and bring things down a little bit, maybe aim to keep things between like 5 and 8 minutes of video, because I appreciate that everyone's time is precious. And while I would love to build up a community of people here, at the same time, I'm aware that maybe you don't want to listen to me ramble on for 15-20 minutes. So that's the goal going forward into the new year. We're not going to do gear in the sense that there won't be any new gear. I'm not going to talk too much about gear other than maybe if someone has a question of like, how do you do that? Or how do you get this? Then my comments are always open for that. Will I carry on with my worship content once a month going forward into the new year? I'd like to think so. I've already got a plan for my January video, and going forward I'd like to think I can still do that because it's a good discipline, but also I'm going to be putting new music out there in the new year. I'm kind of nearly finished on a few things. As I'm filming this, it's currently mid to late October. I'm well ahead because I want to actually now dedicate some time. I've got 2 weeks in November when basically I've got almost nothing planned for those weeks, so I can really knuckle down if my mental health will allow. Because this is the thing, I filmed a video this morning and then this afternoon, last week's video, is if you watched it on time, and I could tell just from watching it back that something was a little off. And then I went out just after lunch and had a bit of a wobble. Things are a little bit off balance at the moment. I'm trying to figure stuff out. But one of the things that I can do to kind of further that and really help me along is by playing more music and having more creative fun. So I really hope you'll join me as we go along for this ride in 2023. It's going to be a challenge in terms of not buying anything. It's going to be a challenge in terms of putting myself out there as a musician, which I haven't done for quite a while. And it's going to be a challenge not to just fall back onto just talking about pedals and guitars. But it's all good. I hope you'll subscribe to the channel if you're not already. Click the thumbs up to show your support, because I'm trying to build a really supportive community here. I'd like to think that everyone can help each other along through our challenges. And I'm just going to play out with a little bit of a kind of fun, funky little groove thing. Bye.